and students. SAE India is a strategic alliance partner of SAE International, registered in India as an Indian non-profit engineering and scientific society dedicated to the advancement of the mobility industry in India. We are the most preferred technical body for knowledge dissemination and skill development of mobility professionals, students and faculty. We are a trusted think tank advising policymakers on mobility-related matters. We are a self-sustaining society with more than 10% of mobility professionals as members. We are a nimble and professional organization creating value for mobility engineering community. The Indian government is also actively promoting indigenization with cutting-edge technologies by manufacturing them in the country under Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. SAE India is India's leading resource for mobility technology. As an individual member-driven society of mobility practitioners, the ownership of SAE India rests with its members who are individuals from the mobility community, which includes engineers, executives from industry, government officials, academics, and students. SAE India is a strategic alliance partner of SAE International, registered in India as an Indian non-profit engineering and scientific society dedicated to the advancement of the mobility industry in India. We are the most most preferred technical body for knowledge dissemination and skill development of mobility professionals, students and faculty. We are a trusted think tank advising policymakers on mobility-related matters. We are a self-sustaining society with more than 10% of mobility professionals as members. We are a nimble and professional organization creating value for mobility engineering community. The Indian government is also actively promoting indigenization with cutting-edge technologies by manufacturing them in the country under Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the special evening on the occasion of AEROTHON 2020 Grand Finale. I'm Satish Tokala, working as Aerospace Industry Manager for Asia Pacific at MathWorks. I am associated with SAE as a member of Aerospace Forum over the last 1.5 years. Here I am joined by Sripati V. I request Sripati to introduce.
Hello everyone, good evening. So I'm Sripati. I head the aerospace and defense activities for Indo-Pacific MSc Software Hexagon. I am the member of Aerospace Forum SAE India since this year. So welcome you all to the major event.
So we both, myself and Sripati, will be hosting this event for this evening. First of all, on behalf of SAE Aerospace Forum and the organizing committee of AEROTHON, we thank you for taking time off from your busy calendars on Sunday evening. As we all know, Spardaya Vardate Vidya, knowledge enhanced by the competition. Competitions play an important role in motivating students and even professionals to perform and excel. SAE AEROTHON offered such a platform for students to gain substantial knowledge on autonomous systems, learn from industry experts, and to showcase their skills. Here is one fun fact to help you imagine the scale of this event, AEROTHON. Can you guess how many states of India participated in this competition? I will take a pause so that some rumors fly in your mind.
Satish, I think it's about 12 teams, 12 states participating in the event.
Exactly, Sripati, there you go. So, and do you know which state, made maximum number of entries into this event? Any idea on that?
It's just, I think, Karnataka with about 24, and we with 20 teams participating in it. And
Oh,
then we have participation from other states very well.
excellent. So we had seen participation from most of the states in India, and Karnataka had maximum number of entries, followed by Tamil Nadu. That's perfect. Thanks, Sripati. So we have crisp agenda for next 2 hours. Let me bring agenda onto the screen right now. So hope you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So here is the agenda. So we will have welcome address by Mr. Ravi Shankar, then followed by providing event overview by Dr. Ravi. And then we have sponsored lightning talks, and then followed by vote of thanks by Mr. Krupal. And the most important part of this whole event, the grand finale, announcement of winners, will be done right after vote of thanks. So with that, let me invite Ravi Shankar Mysore for welcoming address. Before handing it over to Ravi Shankar, let me briefly introduce. Ravi Shankar Mysore is the chair for SAE India Aerospace Forum since February this year, and has been associated with SAE India since 2016. He has over 32 years of industry experience and retired as Vice President of Engineering at Global Engineering and Technology Center, Collins Aerospace. Ravi has a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from NIT Surathkal and a master's degree in mechanical engineering from IISc Bangalore. He was one of the founding members of NASSCAM Engineering Services Forum and served on the forum from 2005 to 2007. With that, let me pass it on to Ravi to deliver welcome address. Ravi, over to you.
Hey, thank you for the kind introduction, Satish, and thank you both for coordinating this whole event this evening. It's indeed a great pleasure to be there on this occasion. I hope all of you and your families are staying safe and healthy. And once again, a very warm good evening for all the ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure many of you have been associated with SAE India or have heard of SAE India. Some of you have already seen the video of SAE India that was played just before we started this program. As you all know, SAE India is a technical society and is closely associated with SAE International. We serve the mobility industry with strong presence in automotive, aerospace, and off-highway sectors. We have over 3,300 professionals from 150 industries, 50,000 students, and 1,500 faculty members from 486 collegiate clubs as members of SAE India. With a view to provide strong focus to different industry segments, industry-specific forums have been established under SAE India. We have aerospace, automotive, off-highway forums under SAE India, working closely with various regional sections of SAE India, such as the northern section, western section, southern section, and the Bangalore section. And the overall coordination is done by SAE India headquarters, which is based out of Chennai. Now coming to SAE India Aerospace, the Aerospace Forum was established in 2009 under the leadership of Dr. Bala Bharadwaj from Boeing, and has been conducting seminars, conferences, workshops, professional development programs for professionals and students with a focus on aerospace. Under the broader umbrella of SAE India, the Southern section and Bangalore section have been conducting aerospace design contests where contestants had to design, build, and fly aircraft models. Monovegam Aero Design Contest was the most recent contest that was organized by Southern section and Bangalore section, and it was a great success. In view of the pandemic this year, we decided to hold the contest virtually and called it AEROTHON 2021. This was in fact conceived as a follow-up to our first International Aerospace Conference, AEROCON 2020, which was also held in a virtual format last year because of the pandemic. Dr. Ravi Kumar GVV from Infosys is the convener. Mr. Krupal Aeropla from Boeing is the co-convener, and Mr. Hassan Kasim from SAE India is the coordinator of this contest. These three people, amazing people, have been the main pillars of this program and have been carrying all the load like a three-legged stool. I sincerely thank them for working relentlessly over the last 3 months with tremendous support from SA India Aerospace Forum members, SA India headquarters, sponsors, industry professionals, and faculty members. It's indeed a great pleasure to let you all know that we are actually conducting this event in the 25th year of successful operation of SA India. We are here today to recognize and reward the winners and the participants of this contest. On behalf of SA India, I want to sincerely thank all the students for their great participation and their enthusiasm and wish them a warm welcome to this final award ceremony of AEROTHON 2021. A warm welcome to the faculty members who have been encouraging and guiding the students and building the next generation of industry professionals and leaders. A hearty welcome to the professionals from the industry, mentors, sponsors, and members of the jury who have relentlessly worked hard towards deciding the final winners of this program. I want to take this opportunity to announce that we will be conducting the next aerospace conference, AEROCON, in 2022, and we will be communicating the dates very soon. This time, we want to call for papers and hold the event in physical mode in the last half of 2022. I'm sure by then all of us will be vaccinated and we will have the confidence to meet in person. So thank you once again and wish you a warm welcome. Over to you, Satish and Shripati. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you very much for opening thoughts and then warm welcome. So Shripati, after hearing to Ravi Shankar, just one question was just blogging in my mind. So, and I'm curious to know, how this whole concept of AEROTHON started. What's background of this, this event? Who started? Then how does that brainstorming happened and how this scaled up to the level that we are actually seeing today? Can you share some thoughts on that?
Satish, and I think to the benefit of everyone here. So it started from a simple WhatsApp message by Professor Karnakaran, and followed by sitting on a chai. The whole AEROTHON one concept was started, and look at the scale at which this event has grown now, and I think it's a phenomenal effort from the entire team. So with that, I think who else would be better than the convener of this event, Dr. Ravi?
Absolutely.
Introduce how it all started and a journey through this. So Dr. Ravi Kumar is Associate Vice President and Head of Advanced Engineering Group at Infosys. He has led many innovation and applied research projects over past 25 years. He is involved in various initiatives of World Economic Forum. He is member of HM1 and G31 technical committees and chair of G31 technical committee of SAE International and has contributed to the aerospace standards development. Dr. Ravi Kumar has published over 50 technical papers and 4 patents, and he has won many awards, including James Crawford Executive Standards Committee Outstanding Achievement Award from SAE International and Corporate Excellence Award from American Society of Engineers of Indian origin. It's a pleasure to welcome you, sir, for introducing the event history and as well as summary of this. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Shripati and Satish, for giving that wonderful welcome and introduction. It is a pleasure and honor to meet you all, the entire aerospace professional community, both academics as well as the industry people. Thank you for sparing time, especially Sunday evening, for this event to wish and bless the students, the future engineers, future aerospace leaders of India. So what I have is, I have a small presentation to share it with you so that you will have a kind of perspective where all it started and how this entire event was conceptualized and where we are heading. So as Satish and Sripati mentioned, AEROTHON 2021 is conceptualized as a virtual aero design contest. It was started by the sidelines of AEROTHON 2020. And in fact, it was Professor Karnakaran, who is an active academist, and he wanted to have a similar event that was organized at that time for the student community. Okay, so that's when we started this. And of course, our spirits were not dampened by the pandemic. In fact, we thought about it and made this also a virtual contest, similar to what we did for AeroCon 2020. That was one of the leading aerospace conference that was conducted last year. The objective of this event is essentially to create a platform for students to collaborate and demonstrate their skills. The second objective is to inculcate and nurture the aircraft design skills, which are very, very precious. The third objective is to bring the academia and industry closer. It is essential to bridge the gap between academia and industry and also build that ecosystem to help the future leaders of aerospace industry, that is the students. So with that in mind, we kept this entire competition open for engineering and technology students, irrespective of their branch, because aerospace is a multidisciplinary branch where every student from every discipline can participate and passionate and build some of these wonderful aircraft designs. Okay? So that's the intent. With that, we brought this particular event live. And as Ravi Shankar mentioned, it was a very long journey. While we have the concept, but we need to make it real. Okay, so it is a long preparation that has gone in. Thanks to the entire Aerospace Forum members, Krupal, my co-convener, Hassan, Aerospace community, and also SAE India office. So we started this particular program way back in March. We had the first curtain riser on March 28th. Then subsequently, we had the preliminary round, wherein the entire problem that was given to students was asked to, the students were asked to submit their designs in a particular format so that those designs can be evaluated to identify the top people who can be part of the final round. So in a way, what we have conceptualized this entire thing in terms of two-layer structure. One is the preliminary round. The second one is the final round. And there was a huge awareness that was created within the aerospace community, the student community. We are glad to see such a wonderful participation, more specifically in this pandemic era. Okay, so we have close to around 76 teams registered for this particular event. They have submitted their designs by May 15th for the preliminary round. And after that, we had 2 weeks of very detailed evaluation of these designs by the illustrated jury. In fact, the entire jury has come from the aerospace ecosystem in India that comes from the OEMs, Tier 1 suppliers, Tier 2 suppliers, and also the engineering service providers together. Okay? So we had the jury evaluation. They have put in a lot of effort in evaluating these designs. and identified the top 5 teams and who have gone through the final round yesterday and today. And this final round is more like a design hackathon, which was conducted in a 24-hour format. And these 5 teams were judged by the illustrious jury today. In fact, many of them are driving the Indian aerospace, Indian UAV industry. Okay, so you can see the kind of scale of this particular effort that we have put in. Of course, just want to bring that particular thing furthermore in details. So we have 2 broad communities, the student and faculty community across India, the academia, and we have the Indian aerospace industry. So main objective, as I said earlier, to bridge the gap between these two. So you can see the people who have participated in this. We have close to around 76 teams registered for this AEROTHON contest. 69 teams submitted their design. 60 plus colleges participated. Overall, comprising 590 plus students. 100 plus faculty members were there as part of the mentors of the student community. And from the Indian aerospace industry, we were able to bring together about 80 plus jury members, 76 for the preliminary round, and 5 plus jury members for the final round. And 20 plus aerospace organizations participated. It's an amazing effort that has been put in here. Bringing together those 20 plus aerospace organizations is not easy. They have spent their personal time, more specifically their weekends, to help us in this particular journey. And more than 70 plus aerospace forum members are involved in this effort. So that's a quick snapshot of the scale and also how we were able to bring the entire aerospace ecosystem. And what we have done is we have given 2 broad problems for the preliminary round and the final round. These are some of the specifications that were given to the students. Of course, as you know, it is very, very difficult to define the specification. When you are looking at a specification, it may go up to 40-page document, giving all kinds of details. But what we have kept it is very, very simple. Okay. Of course, the aim and objective here is the students can look at the specifications and come out with their innovation. Okay. And also thinking. We don't want to constrain them with a watertight compartment of the specification, but we just want them to innovate and bring some of those new concepts which can help the larger community for them. Okay, so that's how we look at it. These specifications, these are 2 different ones, the preliminary round. So with these specifications, the students have submitted a 30-page report, which was evaluated by the jury. Then the top 5 teams, they have undergone this design hackathon yesterday and today, 24-hour hackathon with the specification that is given on the right side. Okay, so that gives a kind of perspective. And also what we've done is this particular contest is a kind of vehicle to create that awareness, to create competency within the aerospace ecosystem. Okay, that's why we have conducted a PDP sessions. There are professionals, they have spent their time to give these professional development sessions, competency development sessions for the students as well as the aerospace community. These are the 9 sessions that were conducted, very, very specific to the UAV, different aspects of the UAV design, and also the fabrication aspects. Of course, the design was the main intent here. So with all that, our objective is to encourage and motivate the student community. Initially, we have announced 3 prizes for this event, but with the kind of response that we got, we felt it is better that we motivate the top 10. Coming into top 10 slots or top 10 ranks is not easy with such as 76, 70 plus teams participating. Okay, that's how we looked at it holistically, and this is the prize structure. In fact, today we are going to announce that the first prize is with 1 lakh prize, second prize with the 75,000, third prize 50,000, fourth prize 20,000, fifth prize 10,000. These are the top 5 teams we have gone for the final round. Then there are 5 more teams who are in the top of the preliminary round. So we want to honor them with the special prizes. So the 6th prize to 6th prize, 7th prize, 8th prize, 9th prize, and 10th prize consists of 5,000 rupees. Okay. And we are also going to provide certificate of participation to the remaining teams who have successfully completed the preliminary round. Okay. So this is what the overall structure, the effort that has gone in. I'm very happy to see the aerospace ecosystem coming together. And we don't want to stop here. As Ravi mentioned, we want to continue this journey. We want to make AEROTHON an annual event organized by SAE India Aerospace Forum. And also apart from that, there are many other events we would like to contribute and continue. And with that, I thank you all and look forward for the rest of the event. Over to you, Satish and Shripati.
Thank you so much, Ravi. It's inspiring to understand the journey, right? So how AEROTHON event, the competition conceptualized, and where we are with the event as on today, right? So definitely multiple months of hard work, what we are seeing here, both from the community of professionals as well as from the student teams. I wish I also participated as a student in this competition. Right. So now let's move on. So sponsorship is important to the success of any event in countless ways. Not only the financial backing, but also to target bigger. That's what exactly SAE Aerospace Forum, with support from sponsors, achieved in this competition. Now, let's hear from our sponsors on their capabilities and solutions for aerospace industry. I'm happy to invite Amit Agarwal from ANSYS. Amit Agarwal leads the technical team of ANSYS India, serving customers across India, Asia, Australia, New Zealand. He works closely with strategic customers across industries and has led many crucial campaigns for ANSYS India, including ones on customer retention, new and emerging products, and the global campaigns on customer success stories and industry best practices. He has also initiated successful campaigns on academic relationships and key account development. With BTech in aerospace engineer from IIT Mumbai, Amit has been with Infosys for 25 years, having started his career with Farmer Fluent organization. So with that, I welcome Amit Agarwal. Ilangovan, over to you.
Very good evening, respected dignitaries, SAE India and organizing committee. On behalf of ANSYS, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak at the grand finale of AEROTHON 2021. Given the focus of this competition, I would like to start sharing our view of key initiatives and drivers for aerospace and defense, and moving on to role of simulation, since the competition is virtual, and then converging on AEROTHON competition. I'd like to wrap up with learning resources. If we look at commercial aviation, on one hand, regulations have been forcing noise and emission reduction. On the other hand, competitive pressures have been driving fuel efficiency, lower design, testing, and certification cost. Maintenance, repair, and overhaul MROs have emerged as key source of revenue for aviation, especially for gas turbine engines. While safety continues to be paramount, passenger experience has been key differentiator including state-of-the-art infotainment system. From space perspective, Indian space program is an excellent example of launch cost reduction, more launches, and increasing thrust on commercialization. More international satellites are being launched through the Indian space launch vehicles. Similarly, there is a thrust on satellite miniaturization. High altitude pseudo satellites is growing from weather forecasting, telecommunication, observation, and exploration considerations. From defense perspective, rapid insertion of next generation technologies, increasing stealth and lethality is the key to stay ahead of enemy. Avoiding obsolescence is driving imported technologies with overseas dependence. Moving on quickly, while we look at the initiatives and drivers, and let's also examine the
I lost the video.
Ilangan, can you check the connection?
Yeah, I lost it. Ilango?
Ilingo, can you hear us?
Looks like we lost Ilango. Just give us a minute.
Sure. The classic challenge with virtual world.
Yeah, so it is important that we all get used to the virtual world. In the meantime, I think maybe we also can make the audience know that we had most of the designs coming up as a part of this competition. It was not just quadcopters. It was we had fixed wing, we had tilt rotor, and we had many configurations which were very crazy. I think we had never thought. Even jury members had really never thought about these designs. So the innovation was at its peak. I think we have made sure that every student gets the chance. Satish, maybe you can add some details to it.
Yeah, absolutely, Sripati. And the designs were actually students came up with a lot of innovation in their designs. I can clearly quote a couple of examples, right? So I remember, a few designs, fixed wing designs with no landing gear, right? And with a different style of landing gear, right? And it's a brand new kind of innovation that people are thinking about. And in some of the designs, people, students actually have gone beyond, beyond the definition of the problem. They thought a lot about what kind of avionics to put on board, how to connect them, what kind of interfaces work, what kind of communications, how to transfer the data to the ground at what rate, right? So brilliant. So a lot of innovation and originality in these ideas, right? So a lot of originality was also observed in this, right? So that way, I think the number of examples could be, I could continue to talk about these things. I truly wonder, some of the teams, they started thinking even about sensors like LiDAR, right? I actually, in my graduation, if I just do a bit of time travel and go back to my graduation, I don't think even I know this term, right? So now see this, right? So the level of knowledge that students, are actually carrying, right? So
Mr. Ilango is sharing.
a bit of
Sure.
time and go back to my graduation.
Thanks.
I don't think
Also
even,
being
so we will
used
continue, right?
in
Now
influencing
right? So
manufacturing,
the level of
operations, and maintenance through 3D printing and digital twins.
So,
Mr. Ilango
In fact, I should say it's all pervasive through product design development.
Thanks.
If you look at the lower part of the slide, Here is a survey from Aberdeen Group Operations, where it shows simulation has helped companies in reduction in physical prototyping, reduction in development time, higher overall equipment effectiveness, higher raw material utilization, and improvement in cost targets, and product results, and reduction in product results. I would also like to acknowledge that none of this is new to Indian aerospace and defense. We have worked closely with Indian aerospace and defense across past 2 decades, and they have been at the frontier of application of engineering simulation in product design and development. So setting the stage, let me move on to some real examples from aviation industry. Starting with aerodynamics, at Embraer, Brazil, many years back, use of computational fluid dynamics has allowed the introduction of winglets on the Embraer 170 without impact on program's development schedule or time to market. Computational fluid dynamics made it possible to analyze tens of configurations in 1 month, resulting in improved designs and new innovative configurations with more attractive options for a given set of structural and manufacturing constraints. These winglets help increase weight capacity at takeoff. In addition, drag at maximum cruise condition was reduced by 4.5% on ERJ 145. Let's move to aerostructures. Let's look at an example from Carbon Freight, a startup based in Pittsburgh. Reducing cargo weight is important to increasing aircraft fuel efficiency. Decreasing the weight of cargo pallets can help, but the pallets must be strong and durable. Carbon Freight used ANSYS structural solutions to develop composite pallets. They were able to evaluate complex forces, including loading stresses created by cargo and contact stresses as pallets are lifted, transported, and packed away. They virtually tested different material thicknesses and fiber orientations without the time and expense of creating physical prototypes. By visually demonstrating how its pallets will perform under everyday stress and verifying their safe performance, over time, engineering simulation has helped Carbon Freight progress through the regulatory approvals process. Finally, they were able to achieve carbon pallets that are 18% lighter than traditional pallets and also save 50% in development time and hundreds and thousands of dollars in physical testing. Moving to propulsion, simulation has been critical for Pratt & Whitney's efforts to lead industry with entirely new class of engine designs. For example, Pratt & Whitney pure power engine represents one of the biggest advances in jet engines in the past 50 years. Instead of connecting the fan directly to the low pressure turbine by a shaft, as in the conventional engine design, Pratt & Whitney engineers introduced a new reduction gearbox into the drivetrain. In the resulting compact design, the bypass ratio has been improved from 5:1 to an impressive 12:1, and the low pressure turbine develops more work in fewer stages. That means fewer airfoils, fewer life limited parts, and ultimately lower maintenance cost. In real world performance, this means 15% improvement in fuel burn, up to 75% reduction in noise footprint, and annual per plane reduction in carbon emissions of over 3,000 metric tons. There are many more examples of successful implementation of engineering simulation in aerospace and defense in India and globally. So we started with the initiatives, drivers, moved on to where product design development simulation is applied. And then with these 3 industry examples, let's look at landscape of how simulation has a role to play in UAV design, which is the topic of interest for this competition. Starting from the design of landing gear, which you could see at the bottom of the picture, simulation is heavily used in the design of payload integration, store separation, aerodynamics, propulsion, advanced materials selection, electrical and electronics design, including antennas, sensors, PCBs, lighting management, and flight controls, including avionics. There is hardly any component, subsystem, or system which is untouched by simulation. While during the AEROTHON competition, you might have touched some parts of it, of this whole design, but the opportunities are limitless. Let me move on to AEROTHON competition. Let's put this is a slide to share our views on the competition. Converging to AEROTHON, SAE continues to provide multiple platforms to students to learn new product design and development, where AEROTHON stands apart for those interested in aviation. It helps students to apply the concepts learned during the coursework to actual aircraft design and development, including the wing, propulsion, and material selection, fuselage layout, tail sizing, aircraft performance, stability control, aerodynamics, and structural analysis, design optimization, and so on. I'm hoping all participants have learned a lot through this experience. It is inspiring for us to see how you young and budding engineers are collaborating in terms of design a UAV virtually. Believe me, this opportunity was not available to us when we did our studies, and it's really inspiring to see how you work together. Kudos to all the teams who have participated. It has been our pleasure to be associated with this competition and contribute through complimentary software access, training and support in usage of analysis tools for your design, and last but not the least, as judges for evaluation. Thank you, SAE, for giving us this opportunity. I would like to point out that this association goes beyond this competition, and students can continue to leverage the free student software along with the learning resources as they advance their careers in aviation. Let's take a few minutes to look at these resources. ANSYS innovation courses extend beyond physics, theory, and reinforced concepts with high fidelity ANSYS simulations and real world case studies. This course uses ANSYS simulation environment to present and reinforce physics fundamentals. Each course includes videos, handouts, practice or homework problems, and short quizzes. Short quizzes help you to assess how well you have done. These are especially useful for students with fluid dynamics background, structural background, who want to learn electrical concepts and vice versa in a very lucid manner. The program also includes several courses for ANSYS academic partners, such as Cornell University, University of North Carolina, Asheville. And we are continuously building on this. I would encourage all of you to leverage these courses. Moving on, the Learning Forum. It is a go-to place for students, educators, researchers, and industry engineers to engage with peers and ANSYS experts. You can discuss on any topic such as fundamental physics, software installation, simulation, innovation courses, and so on. Search by topic of interest, join a conversation, or post a question or response. Help and learn from your peers and experts all over the world, anytime. There is also a dedicated section for student competition. Support resources include various YouTube channels managed by ANSYS, ANSYS partners, and ANSYS expert freelancers. ANSYS how-to video channel will show you how to use ANSYS software with easy-to-follow instructional videos demonstrating helpful features, methods, and processes using a variety of ANSYS products. In summary, we at ANSYS strongly believe development of young talent and nurturing them for the future requirements of industry is the need of the hour for the students and the industry. And SAE has a key role to play. We would like to thank all participants who use simulation in their product design. Hope you enjoyed the experience and wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit. Such a wonderful session. Now I'm glad to invite Nitesh Bansal from Infosys. Mr. Nitesh is Senior Vice President and Global Head of Engineering Services at Infosys. He is passionate about bridging the physical-digital divide advocating AI, machine learning, and process automation to amplify business value. He has worked with numerous clients, helping them understand ways to leverage Industry 4.0 and IoT technologies, and currently sits on the World Economic Forum Global Future Council for Advanced Manufacturing and Production. So with that, I welcome Nitesh Bansal to deliver his talk.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Nitesh Bansal. I'm Senior Vice President at Infosys, and it is a pleasure for me to be addressing all of you today on the event of AEROTHON 2021. Aerospace industry, for the longest time possible, has been seen as a driver of innovation. It is an industry that has established parameters of safety for passenger traffic, all to the point that air travel has become the safest mode of transport for people around the world. Whether it is civil aviation taking people farther and safer, or it is in the area of defense, where air forces of the world have become the game changer in the modern warfare, aerospace industry continues to move forward with innovative ideas and designs as it brings forth. During COVID-19, during the pandemic, the industry has taken a hit. We have seen passenger traffic fall down by almost 50%, almost up to $370 billion worth of losses that have been taken by the aviation industry, as the airline seat volumes have fallen down to almost about 50%, as I said. This has had an impact on the scale of innovation and new programs that the industry had been working on, but let that not be an indicator of how the pace of innovation in the industry is shaping up, because this, if nothing else, is just a temporary blip. As the industry has shown time and again, it is highly resilient and will rise up with either a V-shape or, in the worst case, a U-shaped recovery, as we are beginning to see that it is beginning to happen in the US. All across the world, as the industry shapes up, we will see a lot of these programs come up again. And where the industry stands today is really at a cusp of massive digital innovation. What the pandemic has shown to every other industry is that adopting more and more digital has become a real means of resilience and staying ahead of the curve during such difficult times. Aerospace industry has a thing or two to learn from that, where despite the amount of technology that goes into an aircraft, the amount of digital that is adopted in its own life cycle is rather slow and a bit lagging. Whether you look at how model-based system engineering is used, how knowledge-based engineering is used to crunch the life cycle of an aircraft, how automated vehicle health management, though the industry has been a pioneer on it, is in practical leveraged across the MRO operations, how electronic records are used or can be used for compliance purposes, how digital twins could be a way of training and repairs and MRO operations, and how digital threads could enable across this, across the value chain collaboration. All of these are areas where the industry has a long way to go. And if there is one thing that we need to learn out of the COVID crisis, is that adoption of these digital technologies is going to make this industry far more resilient, maybe for the next 100 years or more. As we talk about digital adoption and resilience, we also need to realize that the industry is standing at a massive cusp of innovation as the environment around us changes. The passenger behavior is changing towards demanding more frequent, faster turnaround, short-haul flights. So clearly, there is a boom in the mid-range market, where whether it's hub-to-hub flights or short-haul flights, which are covering small cities and smaller distances. And there are hubs which are preparing themselves for making the passenger transit much easier, smoother, and all of that, which is creating a different wave in the civil aviation side, in the passenger traffic side. On the other hand, the business traveler demands long-haul flights, but with a shorter duration, which is giving rise to its requirement of supersonic travel. And coupled with all of that are the environmental concerns and climate regulations, which are fueling the debate, and not just the debate, but also research on sustainable aviation fuels, on SAF initiatives. Now, when you take all of this together, you can clearly see in the aviation side a few new segments beginning to happen. Apart from the traditional mid-range and long-haul flying segments, the single-aisle, the twin-aisle aircrafts, there is obviously an emerging class of supersonic aviation. And it is highly likely that within the next 3 and maximum 5 years, we will see more than one supersonic viable service come into operation. And we all might be, beneficiaries and users of the same. Also within the existing segments of civil aviation, usage of whether it's hydrogen-based fuels or alternate fuel cells, fuel technologies, which will classify themselves as sustainable aviation fuels, will become an extremely important part of what the industry's research would go into and an important segment of flying. While these are all addressing the what I would call the 10,000 feet and above kind of flying ranges, there is a completely new segment which is beginning to rise, which is around the sub 10,000 feet, or the including the unmanned aerial vehicles, the UAV segment, which is coming to fore. Just like everything else, technology has been developed originally for military use and purposes, but is now finding its way into civil areas. And the technology has a lot of relevance, not just from being able to do surveillance and gathering of intelligence and data, but also in real life operations of being able to provide aid, being able to help people in the need, but also as things grow and as you look towards congested city and urban traffic, and you look at a combined multimodal mobility operations, being able to even transport people over shorter distances, but using an aerial route. Now, all of this, again, is an entirely new segment of aviation, which requires thinking right from scratch of redesigning those modes of transport, those modes of whether it is just lifting and delivering parcels or packets of whether it's food or aid or groceries for somebody, or is it just surveillance and data gathering, or is it rapid response, or even safety operations, protection, being able to create a rapid response force, and all the way up to air taxis where people could potentially land on their rooftops and land on the rooftops of their offices and directly go to the offices. When you look at all of this, it is a segment where, of course, passenger safety or goods and transport safety comes first. But beyond that, ability to take off and land on more urban settings, in more denser and busy settings, without the ability of having a clearly defined aerodrome kind of a setting, running on more common day fuels, whether it is battery cells or hydrogen fuels or some of those kind of things, ability to navigate through the dense city cloud, which poses its own challenges, and developing that communication and navigation system, all will become challenges that need to be sorted out. And yet it is a segment that none of us can ignore. And that was the reason why perhaps the organizers, the SAE India, thought it was most opportune to actually provide that as a topic for AEROTHON 2021. And I'm extremely pleased to see how much excitement it has created, how many of you have come together to participate with so many teams, bringing out so many innovation ideas, thinking through so many aspects of this particular segment of aviation, which in reality is a disruption to what you would look at or what you would see as traditional aviation industry. And yet we all know this is the future. We at Infosys have always collaborated and worked together with SAE India because, SAE always continues to engage in such kind of thought-provoking, mind-juggling kind of ideas, bringing the community together, and we are happy to participate and contribute. I'm really, really happy to see what we have achieved here while working in a virtual environment. So my congratulations first and foremost to SAE India for organizing such a brilliant event and the success of the AEROTHON 2021. And then above that, and clearly last but not the least, to each and every team which has participated, whether you're announced as a winner today or not, the fact that you are a team that came together, that has an idea that you were able to put to practice and got to see some peer review, some critique done from the experts, etc., makes you a winner by itself. And then, of course, all the teams that are getting facilitated today as winners for bringing out their designs and ideas. Hearty congratulations to all of you. Keep this passion for innovation going and keep this fire burning in your hearts, because this is what will lead to making those better and great products of the future that will make all of us feel proud for innovations that you guys have done, and possibly some of those that we will get to use in the future. So with that, once again, congratulations and thank you all of you for giving me this opportunity, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Nitish. Wonderful talk. Now it's my pleasure to invite Sripati, this time as a speaker. Sripati leads the technical and business development for aerospace and defense at MSC Software Corporation and responsible for Indo-Pacific region. He started his career at Indian Institute of Science as a project engineer, and in the current role at MSC Software, so he works on aeroelasticity, structural dynamics, optimization, thermal composites, and various integrated simulation solutions over a decade. Sripati has credit of implementing various advanced simulation solutions at global OEMs. He played a key role in providing integrated simulations to indigenous Indian defense projects. Over to you, Sripati, for the talk.
Pleasure to address all of you on the event of AEROTHON 2021. While we have seen the thrust in innovation for supersonic travel, hyperloop, etc., the unmanned aerial vehicle, urban air mobility, and drone segment is growing very fast for the applications like medical delivery or agriculture applications and surveillance. The coming 2 decades in the aerospace industry will be dominated by R&D in the UAV and drone technologies. So innovation is achievable with the convergence of design ideas and product realization. Simulation plays a major role in entire design cycle. MSC Software, along with entire Hexagon, has always delivered solutions for virtual product development and continues to do so. AEROTHON 2021 covered most of the ideas of the virtual product development, as the entire event was absolutely virtual. While the event organization was very professional, we witnessed even more professionalism from all the students and well guided by their mentors. Overwhelming participation of about 80 teams is very, very encouraging. Students have thought really out of the box designs and have produced excellent conceptual designs for drones, including fixed wing, multicopter or tilt rotor, and many more. So we at MSC Software have always collaborated with SAE India, which helps in bringing the aerospace community together. It's our pleasure to participate and contribute to AEROTHON 2021. So I congratulate SAE India team for successfully organizing this event. It is an Herculean task. So we congratulate all the teams for their enthusiastic participation. Whether your team wins or not, you have won by participating in a unique event like this, which has experts from industry as jury members. MSC Software would like to announce software licenses, including machine learning and AI solution for top 5 teams, along with training for specific solutions to strengthen their R&D for aerospace domain. Hearty congratulations to the teams getting felicitated today as winners. Once again, I would like to thank SAE India for bringing young minds together.
Thank you, Sripati, for such short but wonderful speech. Thank you so much. Now it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Yashan Sridhara, Vice Chancellor of Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science. His career experience spans around 33 years. Dr. Sridhara obtained his PhD in aerospace engineering from IISc Bangalore. As the Dean of Engineering at MS Ramaiah School of Advanced Studies, so Dr. Sridhara contributed to enriching the curriculum on par with the quality and standards of Coventry University, UK. As an executive council member at Visvesvaraya Technological University, he contributed towards development and effective implementation of digital evaluation process. He had won several awards, and it comprised Excellent Principal in Karnataka in 2016, Best Engineering College Principal 2015, Vocational Excellence Award 2014, and many more. The list goes on. Dr. Sridhara is a globetrotter, and his mission is to spread education and research. He is a reviewer for several peer-reviewed journals, including elsewhere. So with that, welcome Dr. Sridhara. Over to you, Ilango.
Namaskar. I am thankful to SAE India and organizers of AEROTHON 2021 for inviting me as guest of honor for valedictory session of AEROTHON Virtual Aero Design Contest. The pandemic of COVID has taught many lessons to all of us. What was thought to be impossible has been realized. One would have not thought of organizing aero design event without the physical participation and without watching the performance of such flying machines in the sky. Kudos to the organizers of AEROTHON for successfully designing the entire program to be held virtually. I am sure that many practicing engineers and teaching professors would have put lots of thought and must have done great brainstorming to design the procedures and rules of this competition. The very motive of this competition is to motivate the youth towards aero designs and fill the fire in them to get into the profession of aero industries. The great response received by the participating teams, in which the initial expectation was about 40 teams and finally 70 teams from all corners of this nation participated, is the testimony for the popularity of this contest. The participants were given the rule book for the good understanding of rules and guidelines of this event to orient their design submissions to meet the requirements of the flight stated. The organizers took exclusive care to organize several sessions with the participants to clear the doubts of the participants, if any. This personal mentoring has helped them to give their best in keeping the designs highly competitive. The panel of 26 jury teams put into action to grade the designs based on the parameters such as technical content, practical application, and feasibility, innovation, and originality. Out of the 76 teams, top 5 teams were chosen to the finals. Attractive prizes are being given away by the organizers of AEROTHON contest. At the outset, such competitions are highly successful in bringing out the hidden talent of the youth. In the past, we have witnessed that such platforms have served the talent hunts. Many successful academia and industrial professionals of aerospace engineering have emerged from such events in the past. Hearty congratulations to all the winners. I would say these winners have proved themselves that there could be many more Wright brothers. Why I'm mentioning it? Is it overthrowing? No, I mean it. If you could see the myth that was available earlier to the demonstration of the sustained flight by the Wright brothers, there was a notion even among the scientists that it is impossible to build a heavier than air machine that can propel itself and lift itself in the air and have sustained flight. Now, all these young engineers who proved themselves a different, unique, innovative designs are highly adorable for the reason that they have come out with what is already existing designs and then converting them into highly innovative, unique designs. And of course, the major point in this particular competition is how innovative you are. And for this reason, my hearty congratulations to all of you. Taking it further from the Wright brothers, the first flight in 1903, the aviation history saw a big jump, and in 1938, the first jet engine aircraft was shown. And of course, this has led further to the design of rockets, and aviation has reached the space also. What do we learn from all this? It's very simple. The necessity is the mother of invention. The query what you had in your mind actually motivates you to reach newer heights. And therefore, I actually wish that these young engineers who have proved themselves today with their unique designs and winning attractive prizes from SE AEROTHON competitions shall keep the fire in them and continue to prove themselves throughout their career. And of course, I wish that you please take a career related to aviation or aircraft industries or aeronautical industries, and definitely you can reach newer heights in your career. With this, I thank the organizers for inviting me as a guest of honor for this valedictory event of AEROTHON 2021, and my best wishes to all the winners once again. Thank you very much.
Can we please stop that meeting? Thank you, Dr. Sridharam. Thank you for a wonderful talk. So, Sripati, I think it's good, overview, good talks from all the sponsors. Thoroughly enjoyed these talks. So, just one question. I was just thinking about, we were talking about states and how many states participated, and so. But I was also thinking, how was the participation from colleges? So we had 75 plus teams. How was the participation from colleges? How many colleges participated?
There were about 53 colleges, Satish, participating. For a half a century of colleges it is. And some have come up with more teams. Each college has 2 or 3 teams, together. But some of the colleges have come with a larger number of teams in the participation.
That's nice. Any example, if you remember on top of your mind, which college gave more entries, to the whole event?
I think it is Institute of Aeronautical Engineering from Hyderabad had 7 teams from one college. That is the highest, is what I know.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Nice to know. Nice to know.
And
Okay,
it's really good to know, Satish, you want to do time travel, and Amit Agarwal wants to do time travel to the student days to participate in AEROTHON 21 coming AEROTHONs. It's really nice.
Right. Right. Agree. Totally agree with that. Okay, so let's move on, with the event further. So now I invite Krupal to give vote of thanks. Krupal is engineering leader at Boeing India, where he is responsible for driving engineering excellence and ensuring the technical integrity and success of development and production programs. He previously served as a senior manager of Boeing Test and Evaluation in India, where he was responsible for growing India operations. Prior to Boeing, Krupal was with Eaton Corporation and Bharat Dynamics Limited for more than 18 years combined. He successfully developed products like missile simulators, missile launcher, and test equipment for the Indian Defense Forces. With that, Krupal, welcome. Over to you.
Thank you, Sripati and Satish. The dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep. And that's exactly what our students have gone through as part of AEROTHON 2021. Mr. Ravi Shankar, Chair Aerospace Forum, our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of SAE India Aerospace Forum, I would like to thank the guest of honor, Dr. S.N. Sridhara, Vice Chancellor, Hindustan Institute of Technology of Science. Because of them, this program was successful, and basically they were the strong support to launch the AEROTHON. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for Nitish Bansal, SVP and Global Head Engineering Services Infosys. And I also wanted to take a special mention of what he talked about in his inaugural speech. The future of aerospace, hyperloops, hypersonic technology. We are grateful to you, sir. Further, we are grateful to Amit Agrawal, Director Technical ANSYS, and Sripati, Technical and Business Development Aerospace and Defense for India Pacific, Hexagon MSc Software, for providing encouragement to our students by announcing software licenses to the winning teams. We were all inspired by the great words all these guests of honor have spoken. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to the jury members of the preliminary rounds. And I would start with Priya George, Suresh, Murlidhar, Samir, and Harish from ADA. Anup, Tushar, Abhimanyu, and Abhimanyu from ANSYS. Kipendra, Sujip, Amiya, Geeta, Madhusudan, Bhargava, Tirupati, Setu, Bhanuprakash, Yashle, and Pavan from Boeing, Arul from Semilac, Ashok, Venkata, Rajashekaran, Shardul, Pavan, Rakesh, Dinesh, Ishwar, Prabhakaran, Sharad, and Naveen from Collins Aerospace. I would also like to thank Subrata, Anant, Shashibhushan, Bhupesh, and Mukesh from Eaton. We are thankful to Ravindra and Vishnu from GE, Abhishek from General Aeronautics, Niranjan, Satya, Krishna, and Nanda from HAL, Sunil, Manoj, Jay Kumar, and Shiv Kumar and Ganesh from HCL. I would also like to thank Vivek from Hexagon MSc Software, Yoganand, Abhishek, Rajesh, George, Shashi, Tanuja, Dr. Sharman, and Naveen, and Perumal from Honeywell. Sundareshan, Shastri, Anjan, Sridhar, Divakaran, Victor, and Dilip from Infosys. Naga Premaraju from MathWorks. Aditya and Lakshman from Moog. Ravindra and Pulaya from Thales. We had Bhuvneshwaran, Rajendran, Rajesh, and Manivannan from Top, and Abdul from Vestas. Again, thank you. We couldn't have pulled this off without you. As part of the AEROTHON 2021 Virtual Design Contest, to support our students, Aerospace Forum facilitated sessions on aviation history and unmanned flight, which was conducted by Venu and Setu. A session on UAV design principles was conducted by Professor Karunakaran. Kinematics and dynamics of UAV was taken by Naveen, Sripati, and Karthik. The principles of guidance, navigation, and controls, as well as the mission path and planning was again taken by Naga Premaraju. Dinesh took a session on propulsion, while Dr. Yogananda Japu took a session on UAV controls. I extend thanks to all of them for sparing their valuable time and sharing ton of knowledge. Thank you all for a wonderful and stimulating sessions. As part of the final event, we had mentors from both academia, industry. They had interventions which were planned all through the yesterday, where these mentors provided valuable insights to the teams. Thank you for being an amazing mentors, Dr. Rajkumar, Dilip, Dr. Chakravarti, Madhusudan, Sangirasu, Naveen, Professor Karunakaran, Dr. Yoganand, Professor Ghosh, and Sunil. Please accept our heartfelt gratitude for your exceptional support and guidance. Finally, want to thank our distinguished jury members who graced our final round, Dr. Bala, Dr. Padmanabhan, Dr. Omkar, Mr. Raghupati, and Flight Lieutenant A.T. Kishore. Thank you, everyone. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Hexagon, ANSYS, and Infosys, who are the sponsors for the event. MathWorks was a service provider, and more and important is the academic partner in the Sun Institute of Technology and Science. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling months ago, and it required a lot of planning and a bird's eye for details. And we have been fortunate to have a backing of very motivated and dedicated aerospace forum members. Thank you all for your excellent support. Your efforts contributed substantially to increase awareness of AEROTHON and participation of our students. I wanted to specially thank Mr. Professor Karunakaran and Ganga Reddy, who have been tirelessly involved to spread the AEROTHON among the student community. I would also like to express our earnest appreciation to SAE India office team for their involvement and continued support. Venki, Sheshadri, Ilango, Aisha, Vivek, and all the SAE India staff, you were key in successful and smooth conduct of whole of AEROTHON event. And I cannot thank enough Hassan for his willingness to take on the challenge and go beyond his comfort zones to make it successful. Hassan, truly commend your dedication and hard work. We are so proud of you, Hassan. Thank you for this opportunity. Back to Satish Sripati for the most exciting part of this evening awards. Over to you both.
Thank you, Krupal. It has been a great journey, and the journey is important. So we have taken mostly about 3 months to reach here. So we have all the contributors online. So it has been a journey like this, 76 teams, 76 jury members for the first round, and then we had 9 PDP sessions, and then 5 jury members for the 30 continuous hours of final battle. So that is SAE India AEROTHON 2021. So it is a Herculean task, and it was taken up by both organization like SAE, and then we had all the judges from various organizations. So we had judges from Boeing, Collins, GE, Honeywell, Moog, Thales, HCL, Infosys, Eaton, Aeronautical Development Agency, HAL, Hexagon, ANSYS, MathWorks, UCAL, General Aeronautics, and Vestas. This is a list of almost all the OEMs and the Tier 1 and Tier 2 and engineering services organizations in India. So I would like to bring up the winners into picture.
So no,
I will be
Sripati,
sharing
so
this.
no more suspense. So ready to reveal now?
Yes. No suspense for sure. So we have the teams which are in the top 10 from 10 to 6. So we are announcing the special prize for the teams which stand from the 10th place to 6th place. So we have the team at the 10th place. We are having Arms for Valor team, Bangalore Institute of Technology, as the 10th place. So congratulations to the team. So and then we have the 9th position, which is taken by AEROTHON 039, Trishul from MBJ College of Engineering, Bangalore. Congratulations to the team for winning the special prize. And then we have the 8th position going to AEROTHON 031, Kila team from BMS College of Engineering from Bangalore. Congratulations for winning the special prize. The 7th position goes to Black Hearts from Rajalakshmi Engineering College, and very hearty congratulations to all the participants of this particular team. And the 6th position goes to AEROTHON 004, Phonetic Aero, Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, Padur. Congratulations to the team. So now I think Satish, can you guess the top 5 teams' positions? Do you want to guess?
I don't think I can do justice for this question, Sripati.
How about
I don't
Venki?
think I can
Venki,
do justice.
Guess? Okay.
I'm sorry. I think this is one question that I can't answer because looking at their designs, they're pretty close and beautiful designs, right? I don't think I can make any, fair guess in terms of who is going to, get first, second, third. Beautiful, all the beautiful designs.
Yeah, it's
Excellent.
a neck-to-neck competition. Very, very minute difference between two teams. Hey guys, my personal congratulations to all the 10 teams, and in fact, all the 76 teams who have participated. You've done a good job by participating. So over to you, Satish.
Thanks, Venki. So the 5th place goes. Any guesses again? I will just leave it for the forum here to guess. Okay, no more suspense. I'm going to bring it up. It is UPES, University of Petroleum and Engineering from Dehradun.
Good.
So that's AEROTHON 023, and would like to bring up the participants on the screen. Congratulations to all the young minds, UPES Dehradun. So the team name is Aztec.
Is this the first time Sripati, that UPES is winning? Their name is coming up in the Aero. Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations, Aztec.
Congratulations to the team. So now the 4th position. Any guesses here? Is it IAE or is it any other institute coming here?
It's difficult.
For suspense, it is Islam's culture team entrance on 007. So excellent again, wonderful designs coming from the team. top three. Third position.
Shruti, can you
of course,
the
this would
pictures
have
of
become
people
less. It's all the 5 teams are not on the website. Yes. So it is Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, AEROTHON 051. Can you see the pictures of all the participants?
Wow.
Yes. The fourth team you did not show it. You skipped.
Okay. So 4 team are the team for 4 team. Munib, Farhan. So the third position goes to Institute of Aeronautical Engineering team. Congratulations. And it is AEROTHON 051, and the team is appearing on the right now. So again, any words here, Venki or Dr. Ravi, to the team which has maximum participation and in the top 10. And again, some of the participants are even from the second year engineering. Not even from the aerospace, but from mechanical as well. So going to the second position. Any guesses? There are only 2 positions left, the second and the first.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
We have only 2 options
Mr.
now,
Teach?
KLE versus SRM. So it should be
Yes.
definitely one of those 2.
Okay, so let me reveal the
Any prizes
second position.
any prizes for guessing it right?
Yeah, we can have a
You will
lucky
be a
dip
volunteer for
the
next
guessers.
AEROTHON. That's a prize, Kripa.
Yeah. So I'll reveal it. Here we go. Here we go. And yes,
One thing is
it
sure,
is
if you reveal
KLE
number 2, we will know who it is.
Super, super.
So
Congratulations.
this is the team, and I would say very novel design and very enthusiastic team. Congratulations to the team and also the mentor who really have helped the team to come to this position. So it's a long way. Congratulations to all. So now the winner is, and I think you all know the winner now. There is absolutely no suspense to it. Congratulations to SRM Institute of Technology, team AEROTHON 026, the SRMA for winning the first prize. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats to all the teams, to all the winners, and to all the participants. Please,
Congratulations.
yeah. So please remember, while this is not the end, we have a lot bigger opportunity coming next year. So see you next year if everything goes well, in physical AEROTHON event.
AEROTHON 2022.
2022, yeah.
Yes.
So congratulations once again to all the winners and the participants. All the very best.
Thank you all. So I think with this, we conclude the session. Dr. Avikumar GVV, any words to our conclusion?
Yes. First of all, thank you. Thanks a lot to you all. It's a long marathon, right from the day 1 we started this particular journey to the current day. It was a wonderful effort. It's not about winning, it is the journey. In this particular journey, there are so many things that we all learned as a team together. My simple advice to students, it's amazing to see the kind of passion, hard work that you brought in. And also the quality of results is pretty amazing. And you are able to bring that novelty and innovation to the table. Of course, sky is the limit. You are not constrained whether it will work or not, but the thought process is very, very good and excellent. Thank you all. It is great. Satish and Shripati, we owe you a lot. You have done a wonderful job today by putting together a great grand show. Thanks, Ravi, for leading us from the front and helping us in each and every moment. Thanks, Gopal, for putting together a wonderful effort. Venki, thank you. You have been a great mentor for all of us and the entire SA India office. Sheshadri Hassan, as Krupal mentioned, you are the key 24/7 last few days. You are working day in and day out. Thanks a lot, and thanks everybody from the Aerospace Forum. You all have made it a big thank you. Look forward for the continued support.
Great show. Satish and Shripati, can I say a few words and close it?
Yes, yes,
Please,
yes.
absolutely.
Very much.
Go ahead.
Okay. There is somebody in SAE about 15 years back told me when I was a volunteer that a Venki conference is a teacher. An event is a teacher. It teaches us, teaches everybody, somebody who participates, somebody who wins, somebody who volunteers, somebody who does the jury job, and somebody who organizes it at the back end. So it is a very amazing event which taught us a lot of things to different people, to the MC, to the forum chair, to the technical committee, to the jury, to the office, to the staff, and the participating teams. We took off on a grand note. I'm sure we will be there in the air for next 365 days. We're going to come back with a big bang, with no corona, physical, and with far more colors. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was a fantastic AEROTHON. The happiness is in the air. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Great, Dick. Great. Venki, thank you for this. It's been very, very enthusiastic speech for you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Have a good evening.
Enjoy rest of your evening. So we are
Stay home,
formally
stay safe.
closing this now. Yeah. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Okay, the man of the moment, Hassan.
Superhero Hassan. Nice.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes. Yeah.
And Professor
Good to see you.
Karnakaran is also online.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Professor Karnakaran.